Working on this program, I feel like I received a lot of gifts. Gifts in a way that I was able to really meet communities. They talked about how there's shortage of housing and they don't know what to do and which grant programs to do. And I'm able to tell them that I'm working with good people and they do intend to do what they're saying. This is a very people-centered approach. In the end, the selection of houses, retrofits, and approach to receiving the homes is guided by the receiving nation or housing association. We have witnessed how gifting of these homes build deep relations and networks between those donating them and the First Nation communities receiving them. The relocation can be an act of reconciliation.
There is a housing shortage in our community. We can even use the word crisis. There's a housing crisis in our community. It's multifamilies living in a single dwelling, and that poses a lot of problems. We're north of Tofino on an island. You have to boat in or fly in. We need housing that reflects the environment, the elements of a house, the elements of the West Coast, the wet, the dampness, and so that we can stay away from mold that comes from the rain and the dampness, and it has to reflect the needs of the people. So all our supplies and infrastructure has to be barged in. So that's one challenge is, when we're receiving funding, whether it's from ISK, CMHC, a lot of the costs go towards barging in the supplies. If a piece of equipment, supply gets damaged along the way, or it's not quite built to spec, then there's the challenge of having to go back and say, well, we have to wait for a while, or the project has to be put on hold for a little while. I think that, having a turnkey home brought into our community, I think that would bring a lot of happiness to the family, to the homeowners. The Nickel Brothers coming into our community to lift a home, it gives, again, our community an awareness that this can happen.
This program means so much to me. I can engage with First Nations and provide an option for a solution to the housing crisis. Recently, we worked with my nation, the Squamish Nation, to move the schoolhouse from Kitsilano, Vancouver, the ancestral village of our people known as Sanak. I was able to witness how the Squamish Nation and renewal development can work together in partnership. Just under 100 years ago, after the yellow schoolhouse was built, the Squamish people were forcibly removed from that area. We were able to see the house being built, but we didn't get to see the children that enjoyed that place. Our children didn't get to enjoy that place. This was now an opportunity for Vancouver, the school board, to acknowledge that we did live on those traditional lands. And by them gifting this house to our people, this is going to be a language nest. And in this language nest, we're going to create firstborn speakers, something that hasn't happened in over 100 years.
And for our children in our community, all of our moms are going to be able to gather here. We're going to share meals together. Our elders are going to come visit us here, and we're going to be able to share their stories. We're going to be able to share songs and dances here, and eat salmon and bannock, and hear our legends and see our art all over the place, and have our community members share their wealth with our beautiful children. Thank you to everyone who made this happen for future generations to come. It's I don't know if you know how important this is. The language is on the brink of extinction. It could be gone. And if it weren't for things like this and efforts like this, I'm just so worried about it. So now I feel hope. I feel like we have something to look forward to.
And I don't think just any organization could have saved it. It's a wonderful thing to imagine it going forward and being part of the language and the culture.
Instead of letting it go to the landfill, we're going to uplift the house. Chinchinstwai, to uplift and take this house and bring it to First Nations. We can reclaim this house. This yellow house is going to be able to house babies 0 to 3 years old with their mothers to learn the language. And the hope is that we're going to, in over 100 years, have a natural born speaker speak the language. That's a beautiful act of reconciliation.